Piece by piece the silence breaks, every bolt a beast awakes. Hands in steel, no turning back. I built the dark, painted black. Built in silence, forged in fear. Every piece brings darkness near. Engines whisper, then they roar. The streets won't sleep anymore. Steel and shadow locked in place, built for streets that never sleep. Shadows bend when wheels ignite. This machine was born for night. From scattered parts to something grand, the city fades, the lights grow dim. No hero calls, no warning sound, just the tumbler Gotham bound.
Good evening everyone, welcome back to another Batmobile Tumbler video. I hope you're enjoying this glorious weather. It is a bit on the warm side, but I'm not going to moan because when it's cold it's too cold, when it's too hot it's too hot. But it has been a bit of a record breaker, I believe. So yeah, it has been rather warm, and so yeah, I hope you're all keeping cool. But I am here again with some more Batmobile Tumbler. So we're going to be kicking this off with issue 28. So yeah, without further ado, let's go down to the bench and do some modelling. Okay, so here we are with issue 28. I've already had a little peek, and we're going to be doing the right cockpit wall. So if you remember in the last video we did the left side, we're going to be doing the same on the right side. So I don't actually think we need to really look at the instructions because we're just going to be doing a copy of the last issue. So I'll open the parts. So we've got the wall, we've got the GP screws, which will be to secure that from underneath, and then we've got our bits and pieces here. So I know these are slightly different. So that one's for that one, and that one is for that one, I believe. Yeah, that one's for that one. That one is for that one. Yep, so we're all good. So, yeah, first step is to put this window in there and match up the holes. And then that's just going to be pushed in so it sits flush this side. And then we're going to pop our... make sure that's in tight, and then we're going to pop that silver part in over the top, and that is that bit done. We're going to do the same with this one. It's good just to line them up, make sure that sits in there nice and flush. I've noticed if you give it a push there's a bit of a satisfying click, so just make sure that is seated properly. And then we're going to put our LED lens, if you like, and that's just going to get pushed in like so. So that is steps 1 through to 9, and then 10, 11 and 12 is just asking us to secure that to the cockpit base, which I've got here with another piece. We don't need that. And that is just going to go on these 4 holes here. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we can line that up, pop it the correct way. And it's going to sit like that. And then using the GP screws from underneath, we will secure that. So this is going to be a little bit awkward on the camera, but I'll try and get you in a good shot. So I've just caught that one. I'm just going to get the other side in, just so it's in position. Here. So that's one. Two. Three. And then one more. Again, sorry I am off camera. It's just a bit bulky. Oh, so that is the right side wall fitted. That's really cool. And that is the end of issue 28 this week. Okay, we're moving on to stage 29, and I don't believe this is actually part of the model as such. It looks like, well, this says cage ball bear, I can't speak, spit it out. Cage, ball bearings, and ball retainers, and I believe this is going to make up like a lazy Susan, so we enable us to work on the model when it starts to grow. Now I think that's a really good idea, actually. So yeah, we're going to be doing this. So it's going to be quite repetitive, but it's pretty straightforward. So I'll get all the parts out. So we've got some balls and all sorts going on in there. So parts we've got is the cage itself, which is this plastic ring. One side's flat and one side's got raised parts, so that'll be facing upwards. We've got 5 balls in there. And I think there should actually be 6. But I don't know whether one's in there yet. That's good. I'll come out of here. So we've got 6 ball bearings. We've got 6 caps. And then we've got a load of AP screws. And a screwdriver. So I'm going to load this up. There's not too many instructions, and once you've done one, you know how to do all of the others. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop, let me bring you in a bit closer so you can see what's going on. We're going to pop one of the ball bearings in there, and then we're going to take one of the covers, and it's going to go this way up, and that's going to encapsulate the ball bearing, and then that will move, and then we're just going to secure that with the 2 AP screws. One and 2. Now we don't want to over tighten these because, well, for 2 reasons. One, it's plastic and you should know by now, but also I'd imagine if you did over tighten these, it could put extra strain and stop the ball from rolling smoothly. But that is a really nice movement on that. And we're just going to repeat that step all the way around. Until all the ball bearings are in place. yeah, I mean, I don't think the model will sit on this permanently. I mean, I'm gathering it, you know, don't take my word for it, but I'm gathering this is just going to be an aid whilst we're building the model, and there's, you know what it's like trying to move things about. A bit like the Route Master, when I did that, I mean, that was a nightmare to keep moving and shunting about. And DS Models and Vintage, I mean, he's got a Lazy Susan that he still uses to this day when he works on these buses, and it's a great idea, and I should have got one back when I did that, because it would have made life so much easier. And I think himself as well, and some other people have actually got motorized ones now, so you can sort of let it do its thing. I guess that's not necessary if you're building, but that would be a good thing if you were displaying a model and you wanted it to be rotating on a Lazy Susan. So that's this is the 5th one going in now. It's quite satisfying. And then this is the last ball bearing we're going to fit. Relatively easy to do. Just repetitive. And this is the last screw. So, there we have our ring. And that's, yeah, very good. Works really well. And that is the end of issue 29. That's everything up to stage 8. Stage 9 is showing what we've got. And then it looks like coming in the next issue, we've got the platforms and caps. So we'll be putting this together to complete the Lazy Susan. So I'll bring that over next. Okay, so this is issue 30, and as I've just mentioned, we get the platform and caps. So we've got 2 platforms, which are here, 1 and 2. They look the same, and they've got the same part number. And then we've got cap A, which is 30B, which is this piece. They are different. And then we've got 30C, which is cap B, and that's got the hole in the center there. And then we get 2 ACP screws. This is ACP, this is APC. Which one it is, I don't know. Probably ACP for plastic. So this has probably got the correct label on. So, the first step is to position one of the 2 platforms on your work surface with the outer exposed. And then we're going to put this cap in the center. We're then going to hold that in place and turn this over. And then we're going to install the ring in there, like so. We're then going to pop this platform on the top. And then this cap will go in the top. And then we're going to use an ACP or PC screw, whichever, you want to address it as. And then we're going to hold this together and then just put that screw through the center there, and that will hold this assembly together, and then that is free to move. I don't think I've got anything heavy enough to put on here. Tape measure, and there we go. So that is our Lazy Susan complete. And the end of issue 30. Okay, so I think these issues are getting shorter and shorter every week, but to be honest, it's welcome this week. It is quite warm, and I don't want it to, I wouldn't want anything too strenuous at the moment. But no, really enjoyed that actually. It was still good fun, even though the video is probably going to be a little bit shorter than last week. I hope you all have a good rest of your evening, whatever you're up to, and a good rest of your weekend. And I'll see you next week for some more Batmobile Tumbler. So yeah, take care everyone, and take care in the sun.
Just the tumbler, Gotham by.